A 5-year-old hatchback just outsold almost every new EV launched in Europe this year. That's not a mistake. That's the market right now. Europe's electric car market is changing rapidly in 2026. New affordable EVs are climbing the ranks, established European brands are fighting back, and Tesla faces stronger competition than ever. For years, the story was simple. Tesla built the category, and everyone else chased it. That story doesn't hold anymore. Volkswagen, Skoda, Renault, and Kia have all launched models that Europeans are actually buying in volume, not just test driving. Government grants are part of it. The UK's electric car grant knocks up to £1,500 off qualifying models under £42,000, and buyers notice. Based on sales from the first half of 2026, these are 7 of the EVs Europeans are buying in huge numbers. Number 7. Volkswagen ID.3. The ID.3 remains an important part of Volkswagen's electric lineup. It's been on sale for years, and it's still selling. Here's why that matters. Volkswagen didn't chase Tesla's playbook of over-the-air everything and minimalist interiors. It built a normal-sized electric hatchback with a heat pump, a panoramic glass roof, and, critically, a starting price under the UK's £42,000 grant threshold. That single detail puts a £1,500 government discount within reach for the cheapest trims, something newer, pricier rivals can't always claim. Range runs from 240 to 371 miles depending on the battery, with options at 52, 59, and 79 kilowatt hours. Acceleration isn't the point here. 5.7 to 8.2 seconds to 62 miles per hour is family car territory, not sports car territory. And that's exactly who's buying it. Volkswagen has also leaned on something less glamorous than range numbers: trust. The ID.3 now comes with a 100 days to decide return offer in several markets, letting nervous first-time buyers hand the car back if it isn't the right fit. That kind of guarantee doesn't show up in a spec sheet. It removes the single biggest objection stopping gas car owners from switching. The ID.3 isn't winning because it's exciting. It's winning because Volkswagen's dealer network can put one in every driveway faster than most competitors. The pricing keeps landing in the sweet spot buyers actually want, and the badge on the hood still means something to a huge share of European car buyers. Years after its induction, the ID.3 is still fighting near the front of Europe's EV market. Number 6. Volkswagen ID.4. Volkswagen's electric family SUV continues to generate significant volume across Europe. The ID.4 offers the space and practicality European families want, while Volkswagen's enormous dealer network gives it another major advantage. This is the SUV version of the same formula. Range tops out at 351 miles on the largest battery, with a 4-motion all-wheel drive option for buyers who want more than front-wheel traction. Volkswagen even picked up a Which Brand of the Year recognition in 2026, not because the ID.4 is flashy, but because it's consistent. It charges reliably, it drives predictably, and it doesn't ask buyers to change how they think about owning a car. That consistency is worth more than most manufacturers realize. A first-time EV buyer doesn't want a science project. They want something that feels like the car they already know. Just electric. Same seating position, same dashboard logic, same dealer down the road for servicing. The ID.4 also benefits from shared engineering across the wider Volkswagen group. The same platform, the same battery packs, and much of the same software underpin the Skoda models further down this list, which means Volkswagen is easily competing against itself in the middle of the market and still winning volume at both ends. It may no longer be the newest EV around, but Europeans are still buying it. Number 5. Skoda Enyaq. The Enyaq has quietly become one of Europe's most established electric family cars. Its spacious interior, strong practicality, and familiar Volkswagen Group technology have helped it maintain its appeal even as newer competitors arrive. The Enyaq shares its underpinnings with the ID.4, but Skoda has leaned hard into space and value. Luggage capacity runs up to 585 liters with the seats up, and folding them down opens that to 1,710 liters. Genuinely van-like numbers in an SUV body. The top-spec 85 version delivers over 580 kilometers of range from an 82 kilowatt-hour battery, and it'll charge from 10 to 80% in as little as 29 minutes on a faster charger, with the smaller battery version doing it in 26. It also earned a 5-star Euro NCAP safety rating, which matters more in Europe than almost any spec sheet number. European buyers cross-reference NCAP scores the way American buyers check horsepower, and Skoda has built its entire electric reputation on topping that list. There's also a quieter reason the Enyaq keeps selling: badge value without badge price. Buyers get Volkswagen Group engineering, Volkswagen Group charging speeds, and Volkswagen Group safety scores, all wrapped in a brand that historically undercuts Volkswagen itself on price. For a family shopping on a fixed budget, that's not a small detail, it's the entire decision. Sometimes practicality sells better than flashy technology. Number 4. Renault 5 E-Tech. One of the biggest EV success stories of 2026 comes from France. The Renault 5 combines retro styling, compact dimensions, and relatively accessible pricing, and it became Europe's best-selling electric B-segment model during the first half of 2026. This is the car that proves nostalgia sells when it's backed by real engineering. Renault took the name of its 1970s icon and rebuilt it as a modern city EV. Built in Douai, France, with European suppliers, range runs up to 250 miles from the larger 52 kilowatt-hour battery, and the smaller 40 kilowatt-hour urban version still covers 194 miles. Plenty for daily driving in dense European cities where most trips never crack 30 miles anyway. It's also one of the few EVs in this segment with a bi-directional charger built in, letting the car power external devices, not just take a charge. Charging from 15 to 80% takes around 30 minutes on a 100 kilowatt DC charger, which is competitive for a car this size and this price. The styling did exactly what Renault hoped. It made an EV feel emotional again, not just efficient. Most electric cars are sold on spreadsheets: range per pound, cost per mile. The Renault 5 is sold on a feeling, and it's working. Renault has leaned into that with a genuinely different showroom pitch. This isn't a compliance car built to hit emissions targets. It's a car people specifically want to be seen in. Renault turned one of its most famous names into an EV buyer's actual want. If you want to see where the rest of this list lands, because the top 2 are where things get genuinely competitive. Subscribe now before we keep going. Number 3. Kia EV3. The EV3 has quickly become one of Kia's most important electric vehicles. Its compact SUV shape, impressive range, modern interior, and competitive pricing make it particularly well-suited to European buyers. Kia essentially took the design language of its larger EV9 and shrank it down. The result undercuts nearly everything else in this list on price, while still offering up to 320 miles of range on the larger 81.4 kilowatt-hour battery. Fast charging takes the battery from 10 to 80% in around 31 minutes, and the smaller 58.3 kilowatt-hour battery version charges even quicker, at roughly 29 minutes. Inside, Kia fitted a nearly 30-inch continuous display, 2 12.3-inch screens, and a 5-inch climate panel under one panel. It's the kind of interior that used to be reserved for flagship models, now sitting in a compact SUV starting well under $40,000 in some markets. Kia's warranty is also doing quiet work here. A 10-year, 100-mile powertrain warranty removes a lot of the hesitation first-time EV buyers still carry about battery longevity. Arguably the single biggest fear stopping combustion car owners from switching. Add standard vehicle-to-load compatibility, letting the car power e-bikes or camping gear, and optional vehicle-to-home functionality for backup power during outages. And Kia has built a car that answers objections buyers didn't even know they had. Kia may have found the sweet spot of the European EV market. Number 2. Skoda Elroq. The Elroq hasn't needed long to make an impact. Skoda's smaller electric SUV offers much of what buyers like about the Enyaq in a more compact and accessible package. Its arrival has also helped push Skoda's electric deliveries significantly higher in 2026. The Elroq is essentially Skoda solving its own biggest problem. The Enyaq was well-liked, but not affordable enough for a huge slice of European buyers. The Elroq answers that with the same 165 kilowatt fast charging capability, the same 10 to 80% charge time of around 29 minutes on the larger 82 kilowatt-hour battery, and drag coefficients as low as 0.26, all in a smaller, cheaper footprint. Boot space is 470 liters with seats up, expanding to 1,580 liters folded down. It even picked up a Red Dot Award for design, judged by 43 experts across 21 countries, and matched with the Enyaq's 5-star Euro NCAP rating. Skoda didn't just build a cheaper SUV, it built one that scores as well as its bigger sibling on the 2 things European buyers actually check. Safety and efficiency. The timing also matters. The Elroq launched right as European buyers were shifting away from larger, pricier SUVs towards something that fits city parking and still clears a curb comfortably. Skoda read that shift early, and the sales numbers in the first half of 2026 back up the bet. One of Europe's newest EVs is already becoming one of its biggest success stories. Number 1. Tesla Model Y. Despite dramatically stronger competition, the Model Y remains impossible to ignore. Its combination of range, efficiency, charging infrastructure, practicality, and aggressive pricing continues attracting European buyers. Here's what keeps the Model Y on top even as 6 legitimate competitors close in. Infrastructure. Tesla operates over 80,000 superchargers globally, and Tesla quotes 99% uptime on that network. Adding up to 160 miles of range in 15 minutes still beats what most rivals on this list can manage. And 321 miles of EPA estimated range still keeps it competitive on paper with cars that launched years after it. The interior hasn't changed its philosophy either. A 15.4-inch center touchscreen running almost everything. Sentry mode watching the car when you're away. Pet mode keeping the cabin comfortable for an animal left inside. And software updates that keep adding features after purchase. That's still a product dynamic most of the cars above still haven't matched. A Model Y brought in today can gain capability a year from now without a single trip to a dealer. Tesla has also leaned into value more aggressively than it used to. Financing offers as low as 0.99% APR in some markets have pulled the effective cost of ownership down without touching the sticker price. And cargo space of 74 cubic feet with the second row folded keeps it genuinely competitive on practicality against SUVs built specifically for families. But the margin is shrinking. Every model on this list now offers real range, real fast charging, and real safety credentials. The Model Y isn't winning by a mile anymore. It's winning by a length. And that length is mostly the charging network Tesla spent a decade building before anyone else took the fight seriously. The competition is closer than ever, but the Model Y remains one of the defining EVs of the European market. Look at this list as a whole, and the pattern is obvious. The EVs Europeans are actually buying aren't the ones with the flashiest headlines. They're the ones that hit a specific formula: real range, fast charging, a 5-star safety score, and a price that doesn't require justifying to a partner. So here's the question. As Skoda, Renault, and Kia keep closing that gap, does Tesla's charging network alone keep it at number 1 next year? Or does one of these 6 finally take the top spot? Drop your prediction in the comments and subscribe if you want to see who's actually on top when the full 2026 numbers come in.